Welcome back. Now let us get the clusters attribute. So let me explain that what is the meaning of this. See, till now we have got this cluster 1, 2, 3 and all. So this is a simple number, and when you communicate to the business and your stakeholders, you have to say what is the meaning of cluster 1, what is the meaning of cluster 2. And I hope you will recollect when we convey to say these are the high paying customers, these are the customers with high volume, but they provide low profit. These are the cluster of the customer who do very minimum volume but high profit side. So these are the various way you can communicate to the stakeholder and business. Okay, so let us start understanding the cluster in terms of their attribute. 104 we are getting the data fresh, so that we have the fresh data, and 106 we are converting column name to uppercase. 108 simply the data type conversion, and that's all. And 112 we are keeping that cluster ID which we have calculated above, just keeping it over here. Okay, and so now we are getting the cluster attribute for the data of 150 row and 6 column. That sixth column has come the cluster ID. Okay, and 115 is just list of the features. It means removing that cluster ID. This is a list of the features, that's all. This is the utility functions I have written in the common util. It takes the trend data, that count of the cluster, and what is the cluster column, and feature the features of the original data, and it will make the cluster 1, that is, this is the prefix it will put it, you will see, and if there are any factors it will consider 3, or you can have more. So first let me run it. 116 I have run, and I'm saving it in the this one. So this has been saved under model folder cluster attributes.csv. So let us go and run it under model cluster attribute.csv. So this is what it has been done. So how to read this one? So the number before comma, and there is a one number after this. So this is the average. The cluster 1 on an average simple.length is having 5 value, and this 5 is around 21.3 percentile. Similarly over here, simple.width is average 3.4, and this is there approximately 84 percentile. This is how you are going to read it, and this is the size. And this is the top 3, that is the topmost dominated. And so this is having the number 1 status over here. Here it is Varsi color, and so on. So let us see how to interpret in a simple term which you can convey to business. Let's assume, let us make this one say it's something called low, medium and high. So anything low means say 0.4 percentile is low, 0.4, and medium is 0.4 to 0.6, let's assume, and this is greater than 0.6. So this is the 3 things. These are the simply our assumption. Okay, so now when you go and make this one, so how are you going to make it? So this will be like this. So cluster.1, if you see that what is the value you will put it? You will put it low, and simple.width you will put it high because of this 84 percentile, and the third one is 15 percentiles low again, fourth one is low percentiles low again, and the cluster 2 this is 88 percentile, so high, 55 is medium, 89 is high, and 84 is high again, and cluster 3 53 is medium, 22 is low, and 50 is medium, and 57 is again also medium. So this is what it has come. And if you observe one thing, for time being, let us assume that this part is not there. So I'm just taking it out and I'm keeping it as separate. So this part is not there. Then if you see, cluster 1 represents all the low of all this one. Cluster 2 is the high of all these variables. And cluster 3 is medium of this one. So you are going to communicate or convey to the business and stakeholder in this way. Cluster 1 is the low value, which means approximately 40 percentile maximum are having for these features. And this is dominated by Setosa. Setosa is number 1 for this one. And the size of the cluster 1 is 50. So biggest cluster is cluster 3, and all the middle one is there. It is dominated by vertical. So this is how we are going to communicate. But this is the things are also there. It is there. Okay. Then you will be using that all these are true. Only thing exception is with the sepal dot width, where for everything it is low, but sepal dot width it is high. For everything in cluster 2 is high, and here it is medium. And cluster 3 everything is medium, but for sepal dot width it is low. This is the one exception is there. So in this way you are going to communicate to the business. So this is how you will be doing the analysis. Although this was I was thought to give you as homework, but what I suggest, when you do the clustering on your say any other data, say the data from your project or any other open source data, please make sure you must do this one. Do the analysis similar way, and which make the sense for the business, make the sense for your project. So please go and do it. And if you find there is some better way to do the analysis, please write it on the discussion board so that all of us can learn together. Thanks for watching it. See you in the next one.